This chilling footage comes from the YouTube channel Bruce D. Allen. On December 14, 2014, Bruce and his friend were camping along the remote Machitawan Trail in Canada, deep in the wilderness. Their adventure took a terrifying turn when a predator suddenly appeared out of nowhere, charging straight towards them. With no weapons or way to defend themselves, they grabbed their camera and started filming as the animal advanced relentlessly, and the fear of being so exposed in the wild sinking in.
No, we're no good. No good.
Pausing workout.
No way, man. We're not good. We can't do this. You have to let us go today. For the buffalo. You have to let us go. We got nothing for you. We have nothing. We'd give it if we had it.
Hey, back. Stay. That's it. That's as far as you're going. Stop. Stop. Right now. Stop.
We can't. We can't.
Get
All
together, Greg. Get us together. We'll look bigger together.
We can't, man. We can't.
Just stay together. Stay together.
We can't.
Stay together. Right, stay together large. Let's back away from him. Let him go actually go by.
Yeah.
I'll smash him in the head
Yeah.
with this rock. Hey!
Go on. Go on your way.
Come on. Good.
It'll be your part from now on, okay?
Okay, Greg.
Yeah?
Look around for a rock. Wait a second. If he hits, I gotta hit him in the head. Back! 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 Get in there. Get away from him.
I can't get around.
I know. We have to do this. Just have to keep doing this. Back!
We got nothing.
So, not make eye contact. No eye contact. That's it, boy. That's it, boy. That's it, boy.
Come on. Let us have our way. Let us go.
Boy. Get up. Get back. Get together, Greg. We gotta look like.
Let us go.
Stay together. As long as we look like that. Good. Two rocks up.
Let us go. Let us go. Don't be looking like that. It's not nice.
Good. You know, I don't think he's gonna be. Just keep her cool.
Yeah.
It's not that far back, actually. Oh, but get ready to hit him in the head. We're gonna have to knock him out. Look me. Jesus. Atta boy. Show us how you do it. Good boy. Good boy. Atta boy. Fuck's sakes, that's cool, buddy boy. You just keep doing that.
You're the man.
That's it, boy. Stay away from me, though.
Stay
away. Stay away. Okay, keep together. Sure. This guy will lurch us in a second. Go throw that rock if you have to. It's our lives here. Yeah, look at beware of wildlife. Use at own risk. Holy shit.
Hey.
Atta boy, big guy. Beautiful. Atta boy. Atta boy. Atta boy. Atta boy. Atta boy. Atta boy.
Resuming workout. Pausing workout.
Holy fuck. Take that rock and put in your garden. Right. Hey, we gotta make a phone call. Holy shit. Unbelievable.
A black bear suddenly emerged from the tree line, locking its attention on Bruce and his friend and moving toward them. At first it advanced slowly, but the distance between them closed fast enough to make their fear spike. The bear was dangerously close, close enough that they could clearly feel the weight of the threat in front of them. With no bear spray, no weapons, and no form of protection, the situation turned into a terrifying test of survival, where one wrong decision could have ended everything. For several agonizing minutes, the bear continued approaching, sniffing the air and watching them intently. Bruce and his friend forced themselves to remain calm, resisting every instinct to run, knowing that fleeing could provoke an attack. Step by step, they carefully backed away, their eyes fixed on the predator, their nerves stretched to the breaking point. Every second felt endless as they waited for the moment the bear might charge. Against all odds, luck was on their side that day. The bear eventually stopped advancing and began to lose interest, allowing them to retreat far enough to reach their vehicle. They escaped unharmed but deeply shaken, aware that luck rarely favors anyone in the wilderness, and for them it was truly in their favor that day. The encounter became a stark reminder of how unpredictable nature can be, and how survival sometimes depends on preparation, instinct, and a rare stroke of good fortune. Meet Davey, the creator behind the YouTube channel Davey's Dash, where he documents his outdoor adventures, hitchhiking journeys, kayak trips, and stealth backpacking camps deep in the Canadian wilderness, capturing nature in its raw and unfiltered state. On June 8, 2025, Davey set out on another solo stealth camping trip in southern Ontario, a region known for its dense forests, quiet backcountry, and long stretches. His plan was simple: test a new kit he had just picked up and spend a quiet night beneath the trees, surrounded by nothing but stars in the calm of the forest. It was supposed to be another routine, peaceful trip, but as the night unfolded, that calm slowly began to fracture, and what started as an ordinary camping trip turned into something far more disturbing.
A show of what I'm seeing. It's a beautiful day. I did get a little bit overheated because I was trying to push myself a little bit, and I ended up throwing up on the side of the trail, which isn't always the best, but at least nobody was around, so I don't even know why I'm telling you this, because it could have gone unknown. But I don't like these temperatures, man. Like 22 is like a hot day in Winnipeg, so I'm down here, and this is, yeah, this is a little uncomfortable for me. But I think that's the Lynn River. I'm not sure. It looks beautiful though. So what we'd like to do, like, look at this little spot down here. We'd like to find something like that, I think. But I do have a spot in mind. But yeah, just so much tree cover. I do have the drone on me so that I can scope out where I am and what's around me for this kind of stealth camp.
Everything seemed normal at first. Davey hiked through the dense forest, carefully scanning the terrain as he searched for a discreet spot to set up his stealth camp. After some time, he found a location that felt secluded enough and settled in. With his gear in place, he fired up his stove and began preparing his meal, the forest around him quiet and seemingly undisturbed.
Time to fuel up. Guys, I'll grab my long handled spoon, which should be here in the bag. Yep, there it is. Alright, anyways, yeah, just a quick catch up. Just come on, man, I'm flipping hungry right now. Alright, my friends, well, I'm not really one to show you like eating, whatever. Who's this again? No. Oh, Peak Refuel. Right. The chicken rehydrated, like spot on, bang. So did the pasta. The taste is great. Love this company. Love this company. Yeah, this is me for the night. And yeah, sun's going down. I've just been sitting here just listening to the trickle of the water, listening to the wildlife. Nobody's been up and down the trail for 2 hours now, which is beautiful. I'm glad to see that people are out and, you know, enjoying nature and doing all that stuff. But when it comes to this kind of camping, it's nice when they all just stay home, go home. Tonight, I think, woohoo, I guess the Oilers are playing. So Winnipeg won, shutout, 4-0 shutout yesterday. Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Oilers tonight. So come on, man. I mean, Toronto Oilers, Toronto, Edmonton, and Winnipeg. One of us has to take the cup this year. We have to do it. So obviously, I'm a Winnipeg fan. I'm fucking from Winnipeg. So, hello. Anyways, yeah, Oilers are playing tonight. I'll be excited to get home in the morning and find out what that score was. But other than that, man, I'm fed up. I've got one beer on the go here that I've been sipping for like the last 2 hours. I'm not into it tonight, man. It's not a drinking kind of night. It's just get out, enjoy yourself, enjoy nature, enjoy the sounds, the smells. And yeah, so that's all I have for today, man. It's a little bit of a boring video. Again, I'm out testing some gear right now. It's just me, nature, and the sun going down. It's time for bed. I will see you all for coffee in the morning. Good night.
As darkness was taking over and the light was fading, Davy settled into his bag after dinner, taking in the calm and quiet of the forest around him. The forest felt still, almost peaceful, but that sense of tranquility would not last. Sometime later, deep into the night, he was suddenly jolted awake by this.
It's not that fucking difficult to respect other people, is it? So start showing some fucking respect if you want respect. Do you need my light to help you get out of here?
No.
No? You know how to get out?
Would you mind just giving me a few minutes? I'm still in my sleeping bag.
Why are you in your sleeping bag? You knew there was somebody in a tent here. You knew that. Do you think they're going to feel comfortable falling asleep in the middle of the night with a fucking stranger 20 feet away? Do you honestly think that? The answer is no. And you wouldn't feel comfortable either, would you?
All right,
no, you wouldn't. Fair enough. Fair enough.
My apologies.
That's fair enough, mate.
My apologies. I will push on.
I already got a hold of fucking RCMP and told them to fucking get over here and deal with their fucking shit, because I'm sick of this fucking bullshit, mate.
No, that's the homeless guy. We'll deal with him later. Right now, let's just get out of here. Until the homeless man with 2 fucking goddamn fucking steel pipes come fucking walking into my camp about 10 feet away from me while I was sound asleep. Well, I guess we know who needs his fucking teeth knocked down his fucking throat now, doesn't he? But that will be a battle for another day. That is not our concern tonight. Our concern tonight is being somewhere safe and getting some kip. So, alright, well, I guess we're shoving off. But that motherfucker had better fucking watch the fuck out, because all I should do is just got up and fucking throttle him. But again, he had 2 steel pipes in his hand 10 feet away from where I was sleeping. And yeah, that's not gonna work for me right now. So Let's just fucking go.
Out of nowhere, Davy was jolted awake by a man standing barely 10 feet away, gripping 2 steel pipes, one in each hand. The stranger was shouting into the darkness, his voice aggressive and unstable. In an instant, the feeling of safety vanished. Davy felt completely exposed. The man claimed he had been camping there and accused Davy of being too close, yet Davy had already checked the area earlier. There had been no tents, no gear, no signs that anyone else was there. This was public forest land, not private property, which made the confrontation even more confusing. Why would anyone react like this over a campsite in the middle of the woods? The man's behavior only made things worse. He appeared homeless, out of place, and armed, his anger seeming to come from nowhere. The hostility felt unnecessary, unnatural, and deeply unsettling. Standing alone in the dark with metal pipes in his hands, the stranger didn't just feel territorial, he felt unpredictable. Davy had no way of knowing what his intentions were, or how quickly the situation could turn violent. Realizing the danger, Davy chose not to engage. He packed up immediately and left the area, moving as fast and as quietly as he could. He later set up camp nearly a mile away, where the rest of the night passed without further incident, but the encounter stayed with him. Being confronted in the dead of night by an aggressive stranger, armed and irrational, is not something you easily forget. The man's motives remain unknown, but one thing is clear. Trusting his instincts and leaving when he did may have kept Davy from something far worse. Meet Gaz, the creator behind the YouTube channel Grizzly Gaz, where he shares his passion for the outdoors through raw, unfiltered adventures. From overnight camping trips and gear testing to exploring locations steeped in local folklore and forgotten history across the UK, Gaz documents nature as it truly is. Wherever he goes, his loyal French bulldog, Fendi, is right by his side. On November 3rd, 2025, Gaz set out on another solo night in the woods, this time heading toward a place locals whisper about, a secluded area known as the Witch's Den. What was meant to be a straightforward exploration and camping trip quickly shifted into something deeply unsettling, as the forest revealed that not every place welcomes visitors after dark. Gaz arrived near the Witch's Den and pulled his van off the road, the woods looming silently around him. As night was closing in, he stepped into the forest, ready to explore the darkness and test whether the rumors tied to this place were nothing more than folklore or something far more unsettling.
This time in the van, and I've just pulled up to this reservoir, and there's some woods at the side of this reservoir where witches live. It's very, very quiet, apart from the wind and the odd aeroplane going overhead and Fendi farting. When we get back to the van, I'll let you all know how Fendi's doing. Don't be going through them puddles, you idiot. Go on this way. I always feel like somebody's just gonna pop its head up over the wall. Hey, annoyed out already. And there it is, the Witch's Den. You ready, mate? Yeah? You can hear the wind just whistling through those trees. I'm sure I just saw a light or maybe some eye shine. I hope there's no cows in there. There's always cows in there. Always bloody cows. I shat my pants then, look at that. I thought there was someone stood there on edge of woods just staring at me. It's the end of a dry stone wall. Right, come on. Stop being a baby.
Once inside the woods, the atmosphere turned thick and suffocating. Gaz pressed deeper between the trees, where every snapped twig and distant crackle jolted his senses awake. He slowed his pace, carefully scanning the darkness around him, aware that the silence felt wrong, as if the forest itself was holding its breath.
That's just probably my eyes playing tricks on me. Or branches cracking and stuff. Look at this, look. That's just proper creepy, that, isn't it? Oh, I'm on edge now. Definitely on edge. Look at that. Creepsville, Tennessee. Fucking pigeon. Always pigeons and all, isn't there?
The deeper he pushed into the woods, the stronger the unease gnawed at him. Branches cracked somewhere in the darkness, but he brushed it off, telling himself it was only wildlife, and continued forward. Yet the darkness felt watchful, and no matter how hard he tried to ignore it, his instincts refused to settle, warning him that something about this place was deeply wrong.
Oh, here it is, I think. We found it. Yeah, check it out. You see the 5-pointed star with bells on it hung up there. There were loads of other bells last time I were here. The last time I camped here anyway. Just rattling about in wind. Don't think we can get in there, mate. I can't squeeze in there anyway. I'm too fat to get in there now. Getting creeped out.
Branches snapped nearby, close enough to raise alarm, yet Gaz could not pinpoint where the sounds were coming from. The uncertainty made his skin crawl, the unease slowly tightening its grip. Then he noticed something hanging from a tree ahead. A 5-pointed pentagon swayed gently in the darkness. Strangely, there had been no sound of bells when he first saw it. Only minutes later did the faint chime finally reach his ears. Beside it sat a small pile of wood, freshly cut, the edges still sharp and pale. Gaz wondered if a camper had been there recently, gathering wood for a fire. But there was no fire pit, no tent, not a single trace of anyone nearby. This made Gaz even more confused and nervous.
Keep hearing stuff. Not just the wind noise, but don't know, it almost I need to get out of here before a branch falls on my head. Yeah, look, that's definitely fresh and all. Look at that. So who's been in here having campfires? Can't see any evidence of a campfire, so oh, my ankle.
A strange whining sound pierced the silence, cutting through the forest and breaking its calm. Gaz did not notice it at first, brushing it off as background noise. Moments later, his light fell on another piece of wood, freshly cut. That was when the unease returned, heavier than before, as the quiet around him no longer felt natural or empty.
What is that noise? Can you hear it?
Then the sound came again, clearer this time, louder and far closer than before. It echoed through the trees like a woman crying, a long, broken, whining noise that did not belong to any animal Gaz could think of. It was human in its tone, raw and emotional, and it instantly put him on edge. He swung his flashlight toward the darkness, searching for the source, but found nothing, no movement, no figure, no explanation for the sound that had just cut through the woods.
See if I can figure out what that noise is. Let's turn this off. Can you hear it? It sounds big, so I think me and Fenzel should get out of here.
The sounds did not fade. Gaz swept his flashlight across the trees again and again, trying to pinpoint where they were coming from. But there was no one in sight, no movement. That was when the realization set in. He was not alone in those woods. Whatever was making the noise was deliberately hidden, just beyond his vision, close enough to be felt but never seen. The sense of danger tightened around him, and he knew staying any longer was a risk he could not take. Without wasting another second, Gaz turned and bolted out of the forest, making his way back toward the safety of his van.
And we're back. Well, that were a bit of an escapade, wasn't it, mate? So then I get up, and I get down off the bed, and I'm creeping round the bed. Creeping. What the fuck was that? Have I got a light here? Someone just hit my window. Sounded like the window anyway. Ah, what's that? There's an half-chewed acorn there.
As Gaz began recounting another unsettling experience to his viewers, something struck the side of his van without warning. The impact was sharp and deliberate, He froze, then stepped outside and scanned the darkness. But there was nothing, no animal, no person, not even a breath of wind to explain the sound. His thoughts spiraled as unease settled in. Shaken, he retreated back inside the van, locking himself in with the silence. The rest of the night passed without another incident, but his thoughts refused to quiet. He had gone into those woods searching for answers, but instead he left with even more questions than before. The sounds of a crying woman, the unseen presence between the trees, the feeling of being watched. Whatever shared that forest with him never revealed itself. It stayed hidden in the darkness, close enough to be felt but never seen, leaving behind only unanswered questions and a mystery that may never be explained. The YouTube channel 401 Files is run by Ben, a creator known for outdoor adventures, survival challenges, camping trips, and investigations that often stray into unexplained territory. From remote moorlands to dense forests, he documents encounters and phenomena that refuse to fit any official explanation. On January 22, 2023, Ben set out alone on another solo camping trip, heading deep into the isolated wilderness of North Yorkshire. The location so secluded that once nightfall, the silence becomes almost unnatural. After reaching the woodland, he pushed farther into the trees with his gear on his back, unaware that the stillness surrounding him would soon give way to something far more unsettling.
It's going to be an overnight, solo, stealthy wild camp here on the North Yorkshire moors. I've brought my hooped bivvy bag out with me tonight, not the tent, because the hooped bivvy is such a low profile, compact, stealthy way of camping. I feel that that is going to make me feel a bit more safe when out in this environment. The only downside to that is I can't bring Lily. And Lily, as you guys know, is my eyes and ears whenever we're out on the ground together exploring in this way. So she's at home, I'm here with the bivvy bag on my own on the North Yorkshire moors. Wish me luck. Burn my throat. Nice. It's just really peaceful at the minute. Really peaceful. One of the beautiful things that I love about coming to the North Yorkshire moors and camping out here is that, unlike many other places in the UK, you can almost guarantee that you won't see anyone. And I think that's always it's a nice thing. I mean, you're never too far away, don't get me wrong, you're never too far away from a road or a track of some type. But, yeah, the chances of seeing someone are quite slim in this area. And that really makes me feel like I've gone back to being self-sufficient, living off the land, caveman type stuff. Which is, I think, what we all search for when we go out. We all like to think that we're survivors and capable of living off the grid. Or I do, at least, anyway. I'm not sure about anyone else. These winter months, though, these nights where it becomes dark quite early are really annoying, especially for filming. I mean, the light is terrible. But roll on summer, I say. Roll on summer.
Ben continued deeper into the woods until he found a spot that felt calm and undisturbed. The forest was still, wrapped in an uneasy quiet. As the sun dipped below the tree line, he set up his bivvy and settled in, expecting nothing more than a quiet night beneath the stars and the silence of nature. What he did not realize was that this calm would soon be broken and the peace would not last.
Right, I'm in the bivvy, finally. That was an absolute nightmare, trying to set that up. It's something that I just don't use that often, like I'm always in the tent, but it does have its uses. You know there's going to be people watching this saying, stop being a pussy, but I dare anybody to come out and do this on their own and not feel scared. Bivy bags like are so claustrophobic as it is, so that's already got my anxiety going. The fact that I was rushed to get this bivy bag up and thought I'd lost my phone in the process is not a good combination. What is that tapping? I'm not going to get no sleep tonight, I know that much.
Not long after settling into his bivy bag, strange noises began to creep in from the darkness outside. There were sharp, metallic clanging sounds followed by distinctive and unsettling rumbling. Faint rustling brushed close to the bivy, just beyond the thin fabric. At first he tried to dismiss it, but the sounds did not fade. Instead, they grew louder and more deliberate, building in intensity and making it clear that whatever was out there was moving closer.
So I could hear something. What is that? That's the wind on the side, I think. You know, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and say, this is what I love about camping, or this is my best time of night, because it's really not. And of all the nights, tonight is definitely not. I don't enjoy this bit, like, it's scary. There's no two ways about it. You can't lie here on the forest floor in the middle of nowhere knowing what I know about this place and enjoy yourself. There's like a level of anxiety where you're just waiting for something. You're living like minute by minute. Something might happen the next minute, something might happen the next minute, and that's how it goes all night. And so I know that I'm not going to get no sleep tonight because of that.
These were not random sounds. They were intentional, measured, as if something just beyond the thin fabric of his bivy was testing him, letting him know it was there. The silence between each noise felt heavy, suffocating, pressing in on him from all sides. He had no way of knowing who or what was responsible, only that it was close. The realization settled in slowly, cold and undeniable. He was not alone in those woods. Something unseen was sharing that darkness with him. And sometimes the fear of the unknown is far worse than any clear threat, because the uncertainty of what is lurking nearby makes every second heavier and more terrifying.
Tonight I questioned why I'm doing this. I questioned why I go out and do this stuff. Do I really enjoy it? And right now I would say no, I don't enjoy this. This is not fun. Sounds like there's something outside the tent.
Then came the footsteps, heavy, deliberate, circling his bivvy in slow arcs. The movement outside did not feel natural, not rushed, not careless. It felt controlled. The fear settled deep in Ben's chest as he listened, realizing this was not the behavior of wildlife. Animals move with noise, with urgency. This was different. Minutes dragged on like hours as he lay frozen inside the thin fabric of his bivvy, hoping whatever was out there would finally disappear, but it did not. Whatever stalked the darkness had other intentions.
That's when it really becomes worthwhile. But right here, right now, I wish I was at home. And, you know, I am logical in the way that I think. I was just going to say that I am logical in the way that I think, but it's very difficult to think straight when you know all the things that have come from this place, all the stories of really bizarre, weird things that even I struggle to believe sometimes, like dogmen sightings. Everything that you've ever doubted, when you're here, you can somehow reason in your own head, well, it might be true. Well, actually, that makes sense. Yeah, that could exist. You know, when you're at home, in the safety of your own home, you might laugh that off and say, no, dogmen aren't real, they don't exist. But when you throw yourself in the location where people are seeing these things, or reportedly seeing these things, your brain will find reasons to make you think that, actually, they could exist. And that's always the worst thing about solo wild camping in these places, is the constant battle with your mind. And I said it earlier on, it's all about setting the tone. Like, if I get to a place early and I have time to relax and get set up way before sundown, then I find that the camp somehow is more enjoyable. If I'm rushed around, or I have to set up in the dark, it's never off to a great start.
The terror of the night dragged on, each sound vibrating through the darkness around him. Movement circled his shelter, followed by 3 strange calls that sounded like animals, yet felt wrong, as if something was imitating them rather than making them naturally. Ben lay completely still, fear locking his body in place, aware that whatever was out there was moving deliberately around him. He could not bring himself to look outside. The thought of facing whatever roamed those woods in the dead of night was far worse than staying hidden. As the minutes crawled by, the crushing sensation of being stalked grew heavier, more suffocating. Then, without warning, the footage cut off abruptly. Later, Ben confirmed that he left the forest safe and unharmed, but the terror of that night followed him out of the woods. He never discovered who or what had been circling his camp, whether it was an animal, a person, or something far more unsettling. The mystery remains unknown. The sounds, the movement, and the intent behind them felt deeply unnatural. He escaped the forest, but the mystery of that night remains unresolved, a chilling encounter that still lingers unanswered. The following encounter comes from Sydney, a van life creator who documents her travels as she roams from place to place, living out of her van and capturing the untouched beauty of nature along the way. On September 29, 2024, she set out on another solo van camping trip to a secluded woodland area in Tennessee, a place she had visited before during her early van life journey. Wanting to return to familiar ground, she parked for the night expecting nothing more than a quiet stay. But what began as a routine camping trip soon shifted into something far more disturbing.
So, I am in the middle of Tennessee. I left Nashville about an hour ago, and I'm making my way to the campsite that I stayed at the very first night that I camped out by myself. Hopefully there's nobody there because there's only like 2 spots there. It's kind of odd sitting in silence here in the middle of the woods. Like, I don't usually like sitting in silence, especially outside, because then I actually can hear and I'm very conscious of like what's around me. But I haven't heard anything except acorns falling and leaves falling and fish coming up and eating bugs. It's quite nice, actually.
She parked her van at the spot she had chosen and set up her chair beside it, taking a moment to relax while daylight still filled the woods. The area felt calm and open in the broad light, and everything seemed normal at first. She began preparing her meal, moving through her routine without concern. But while the sun was still up and the forest clearly visible around her, strange noises suddenly broke through the calm, catching her attention and making her stop mid-moment to listen.
I burned the rice. Dang it. I'm also adding this chicken to the mix, so I'm just gonna plop it in the middle of the pan. What is that? What was that? Anyways, dinner is served. I really hope that wasn't like a mountain lion or something. But I'm not gonna let it scare me to stay in my car. I packed all my stuff up so that if I do need to like just close this, I only have this to move, but that was so weird. I heard it move too. It like moved from like there to over there.
She suddenly began hearing low, guttural screams drifting through the trees, followed by movement in the bushes and branches. The sounds were distant, yet close enough to freeze her in place. Each time they returned, they grew sharper and more deliberate, and with every echo it became harder to identify what or who was making these sounds. Then, just as abruptly, the forest fell silent again. She sat there, scanning the trees, trying to understand what she had just heard. Eventually, she forced herself to continue, finished her dinner, and briefly explored the nearby lake, before retreating to the safety of her van for the night. Nothing else happened after that, and the rest of the night passed without incident. Still, the sounds she heard lingered in her mind. She later explained that they were unfamiliar, and far more disturbing than any animal noise she recognized. She was convinced it was not something ordinary. Who or what made those sounds in the woods remains a chilling mystery, one that will remain unknown forever. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and comment which encounter was most disturbing, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more chilling and disturbing content.